before to win this map of Ancient. Here he is coming in. That's what he can do. Oh, he's going to get destroyed. That's an unfortunate start for Entropiq in this whole series, and already Sprout are taking full advantage of it, Dean.
Yeah, as you said,
obviously, we don't know how permanent that problem could be. We currently do not know, and goodness gracious me.
Limited after these initial few seconds after they get those smokes down on mid and over towards B. But they will be able to alleviate some of that pressure. And Narkez on the up, able to pick up an open and frag. Mir gonna push up around the smoke here. Might be trading places with Zyphen. Actually does damage to the player above B before he even noticed he was shoulder to shoulder at that point with Zyphen. They're going to continue with this mid aggression. It may not be necessary, but it doesn't matter. It seems to be working out for them. Another kill around the edge of the smoke, this time for Hooch, and it is a perfect round out of the exit previous round, and the nades are going to be a lot harder to deal with. So splitting out, trying to run it down and hoping for some entries, and damn! We had an Narkez's view on that one. I thought it was almost a given that he would be able to land that shot as it came in, but no, pre-fired and absolutely destroyed.
I think that tends to be a slight issue with he is, and usually that does sort of entail that he will be playing on slightly higher ping, and yeah, unfortunately Hooch can't make it on 10 HP. He hears the bomb crossing over and he tries to do some damage, but Zyphen says, okay, no shenanigans from you. Your solid riflers in that position. It looks like Nickelback will be the one to play it at the moment. A minute to go. Refresh is back in spawn to throw some utility.
Dishing, unfortunately, they molly him out. Not even given the chance to try and get the drop. He did think up Zyphen. Not expecting Nickelback to be able to put in a solo hold here. He's going to have to get multiple kills, and he's just not really in the position to make it happen, unfortunately. Gets the finish on the low health player.
Round, of course. He can be very stuck here. Maybe we have ammunition. They fake him out nicely. That's the way to do it. Staring increases.
Watching the game, still coaching for the last couple of years. So even if he hasn't been playing, he might still have the game sense present. The problem is they're being overrun on B. And Narkez just wipes off the map. Krad followed up on as he was stuck in a molly, and it's Lau NX that is doing all of the work on his own in the early stages. Zyphen's having some good moments, and Refresh is just chilling, putting in really good calls.
Exactly. I mean, I've got to say, one thing I've been hasn't taken away too much of his form. He's a very consistent touch player, and yeah, Sprout are just obviously some Russian mixes and the like that, and WESG type tournaments as well. Let's get this round started off nicely. And Nickelback's going to help him out as well. So already,
I was going to say, yeah, definitely the best chance they've had. Zyphen with a decent return. This is heavy towards B for both of these teams. I was going to say, leaving Sprout the opportunity if they want to maybe rethink where they want to end this. And as Zyphen gets his...
I think baiting in Mir is the good play here. This should be an Entropiq round, and there we go. Nickelback gets his. Refresh is coming in toward K, looking to try and get a free fire going, and he spots Mir as well, and he gets a double spray down. All that means that Slacks can hop onto the site and get the bomb planted just in time, and Narkez behind the smoke. Refresh playing around it. This round is suddenly back in Sprout's favour, and Refresh plays it perfectly. He had 0 kills before. Go through to play K23. To find out who will be the second team to make it through this group as we finish it off, but already these pistols are being put up nicely by Sprout to allow an extra, looking as he should. And look at that. The cleanest 3K you'll ever see.
Much focus towards this A-bomb site. The one round we did see them go for a similar approach was up against just the pistols. This time the rifles are waiting. But Hooch is only good for the one as he catches the boost. Nickelback's actually pushed all the way up. Is they're going to check it. He goes in for the look, and Nickelback's timing was very unfortunate as he had looked to himself get ready for some aggression.
That's how you sort of go about it, right? You swing your crosshair to when you're about to go for a peak, but his timing on that is very unfortunate. And Narkez has been taken down as well. Mir and Mid has to put some work in, but both players are here, and that's going to work out brilliantly. That's the bomb dropped in Entropiq's possession as well. Slacks 1v2, a lot of noise being made. Krad pre-fires him, so there we go. Entropiq get their second, they double this.
Maybe even salvage back up towards the 5 rounds, because that would be a workable half. The nade might do some good damage there as well. Not a lot, but with the kill already coming through from Krad in the early stages, and with a chance for even more from, I was going to say, they might be able to extend that advantage, and they will do so. It's not thanks to Krad, but he did get the initial kill and allow for the trade then to come in from his teammate afterwards. So a 4-on-2, one of the better positions Entropiq have been in, and it looks like it should be theirs to close out.
There it is. Nickelback gets the last, taking that. Let's see if the Stair Launex combination can continue to do some good work.
So heavily. Oh, Slacks.
Big miss. But Hooch punishes him with the MP9. That's going to be a free upgrade if he can get to it. But of course, the control they had was pretty significant, and as soon as Hooch goes for that kill, he's spotted out. He's going to be found by Launex, but the round's still pretty much in Entropiq's favour. Refresh is going to try and take it back into an even situation by going up to face Crad, but Crad falls all the way back through the molly and even gets the final 2 kills with the AWP. Oh, it's a nice mad counter-strike. It's kind of so slightly getting closer to 11-4, I feel like. Oh, that's a ridiculous dink from Stair. And Arcade will get away with it though and still take that frag, and Nickelback's holding down Jaguar pretty well. Can't fall back through that molly. When did they triple swing? Or double swing, I should say. They're going to do it at some point. In comes a flashbang and it pushes his crosshair off the angle. That's the way to do it. Refresh gets the trade, and Zyphon's found Hooch on a bit of a quick push, I think. As you can see, not expecting him to be up so close. Refresh is not going to get caught up by that one, and that will spook Launex off the bomb plant. And Mir's doing a great job right now because they're baiting him into Crad, and it's a bit of a donut dance right now. You can see it through the X-ray into a donut. Stax finally wins it though against an Arquez, and the donut dance goes Entropiq's way. 2v2, 15 seconds, bomb on the side. Stax trying to force a player out, and in the end he hits the tag, and the tag is finished off by his own Molotov. 1v1, Zyphon with the picked up AWP, 7 seconds, he's going to be going for the kill, and now back for the plant. Tap comes in, low HP, and Crad just about takes it. And in the end, Entropiq recover. Now looking to finish off this first map. On Ancient, Hooch with a sick entry. Taking Stax out of the round instantaneously. No hesitation on that one. And it's a bit of a bait because they're running the bomb in toward B.
Yeah, and it's hold to make incredibly well for Hooch to come in from behind and catch 3 of them caught up in a choke point. He doesn't get all of the kills, but 2 should be enough in this situation. Unfortunately, his teammate, they're not having the same success as Launex eventually comes through at 1, leaving it all now on Refresh. He has a 1 versus 2. You mentioned him in these clutch situations. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the Kevlar, and he no longer has the health, I don't think, to get this done. 1 bullet to the body should be enough for it to be finished off for Entropiq, and there it is. I wonder if we'll ever see it playing again.
I miss those.
Oh, I thought Slacks had that angle lined up initially there on Mirror as well. It looked like he was
toward the back of the site, and the flashbang will this particular play. Instead, now trying to make a play next to this smoke that he's used, but Hooch. Mac 10 comes in swinging and gets himself another kill. 10 on the board for him, and Lamp's going to be out of bullets in a second too. Just about grabs the kill. 3v3, no defuse kit, and look at Mir. Look at Mir. He's got the play, but he's only 20 points of health. When does he get checked? He gets checked now. And I think they've got enough time to defuse the bomb. Close, but no cigar on the first gun.
Further damage on Crad.
Yeah, the walking wounded. It could be a free kill for Mir though in mid. They have no idea it is underneath the boxes, and yeah, Refresh gets caught out by that one.
He's been forced to pretty much give up the bomb site. Unfortunately, his corner being mollied out means he's not going to be able to keep the numbers, which was really the only goal right there of conceding the bomb site. They wanted to keep the 4-on-4. Allow for Zyphon's flank to come true, which will still actually be fruitful. Headshot on an Arquez might have a chance of catching this player coming from the cave as well. I was going to say being swung on potentially from the ramp too, but no, they decided the double swing towards the spawn was a better idea. Fortunately, Nickelback didn't now. Obviously, defusing still going to be a pretty difficult task without a kit and with the wall bangs coming through. So it seems to be pretty much done other way for Entropiq. There's nothing that Sprout can do about winning the rounds anymore, but they do want the kills. And well, there's 1 first there, but he's not going to get away, obviously. And well, Hooch is...
The 10-second hold was coming in. It was going to be very close. That's for sure. Zyphon Mag 7 up close, and yes, the Mag 7 giveth and it taketh away. Zyphon Sprout, of course, as well in this round, so good chance for Entropiq to work their way back, and there's an Arcade pushing through the temple position, thankfully stopped by Launex, but what do you really do in this situation with no kid again? They're going to be working their way in from Donut. Nickelback boosted up, should be a free kill to Slacks. There it is. Windows swing. There it is. Plays a headshot angle and catches him off guard. Now it's all down to Refresh. As I mentioned, he can still be very good on the clutch. Going for the 10-second hold there. No armor. He might as well, to be honest, considering that be a very tough duel with no Kevlar. And
now it's turned around as much as it has. Refresh nearly getting caught with a smoke out in mid. Stair decides to go throw his nade, getting caught. It will get the finish on an Arquez. And somehow they've just got a flurry of kills across the map here. I don't know how this has worked out, but it has. Sprout have a 4-on-2, and this is, I was going to say, easily the best position they've had in about 6 or 7 rounds, and it doesn't really seem like it.
Nickelback's very close. Now it's a battle of wits. Who swings first? And
now. Instead, it's going to be 14-11, and they will have to be pretty much flawless, which is never an easy task. Zyphon, though, spotting the heads coming through, knows it's the full A push, already got the bomb dropped in the open, had a chance maybe to line up the collateral there, but he didn't want to take it. Instead, 1 for the up, 1 for the US.
Smoke will already be raining in, but this flash has to be an absolute god flash. And one, and Launex swings to take down Coach Hooch. Thankfully, an arcade toward A there, and they are wary of the fact that they've obviously left A completely open. And look where Crad is. He's actually kept through Cave as well. That's a Stair. An absolute nightmare, and there we go. Stair tries to immediately trade him. Well, it should be Refresh's kill. When does he choose to peek? Does he see the gun barrel? He does. Easy spray down. And now it's a very tough clutch for Crad.
In towards Cave here, which might give him the drop on the first player at the very least. And there it is, already a headshot on Zyphon, but Refresh crouches into the angle and manages to pull off the...
Sprout managed to lose to Entropiq playing with Hooch. First series for however long, just under 2 years. But he can still hit headshots, and as proved in that particular duel, absolutely rips the head off of Zyphon. That is sick stuff from Hooch. And Mir's going to find Stair as well. So this game is still on. Unfortunately, Mir will give up his life, allowing X, who had pushed up aggressively. And Snacks is aware that the A-bomb site, of course, is completely open. That is where the plant will go down, and he's just looking for a pick before he waits for his teammate, who just picked up the AWP, and he's going to catch off Snacks, looking toward the close angle rather than twice. Sprout are going to want to try and finish as quickly as possible. Stacks will get mollied off the angle, but he gets tagged. Can he get around the angle in time? He just can, and oh my goodness. Refresh straight through the smoke, takes Anarkes out. Maybe a bit of help on the radar there with the red dots appearing, and now just like that, it's all down to Mir. He's stuck. Stacks finishes him off, and that is game, set, and match. But only now, I think X might realise that that might be faking, because there are other positions of the map to worry about as Hooch keeps him occupied. Has gone in Sprout's favour though, and now Refresh sees him coming in towards short, so he's going to be under a bit of pressure. Finally, Hooch gets dealt with, and there goes Mir as well. Crad is 7 HP with the bomb, and the grate hasn't been broken, so he can't even go for a flank all the way through the market. That's usually by design, but in the end, actually, Stair hasn't expected that he's crossed at all. So, free kill for Crad.
Clearing out the back of the bomb site, unfortunately. I was taking a quick drink there.
There you go. Very close. Very close.
Oh.
Lanex gets his duel and wins his duel with the M4. Crad. Refresh going aggressive. Unfortunately, Hooch isn't predicting that one whatsoever. So the MP9 gets a free AK upgrade. But if they're in your face, they're hard to deal with, and even harder if you don't have this gun, your primary gun drawn. Lovely shot from Anarkes, but he took a tag in the midst of all that, and yeah, he's very low HP as well. Can't complete it. Zyphon will help bail out his teammate underneath Balk. They realise where Anarkes was. He gets taken out as well. Only one. Zyphon will play directly behind that flashbang, but actually the flashbang is perfect in time. Nickelback ducks underneath Zyphon's fully blind spray. Gives himself the opening, but Refresh is still around and about. Finally stopped by Coach Hooch. Slacks in position towards CT. That smoke is way too deep. That's just a smoke thrown on the run there, I think, from Hooch, but incredibly actually gets him a second kill. And now it's all down to Stair. 1 versus 4. Gets the first, but the bomb is being...
So many players present around this A-bomb site, as you said, allowing everyone to run it back across. I'm surprised Mir takes the peek there. It wasn't really necessary, and no. Nickelback's...
What a legend. Not this round, though.
Fortunately not. LeoNX takes the initiative around. A few flashes going through. Refresh actually decides to go into connector, playing around the smoke on top of the box. Gets caught in transition, really, as he was trying to change.
Of course, looking above Con and into window too. But Zyphon eventually will give him that duel. That's a lovely shot from Anarkes, it has to be said. Mir will get taken out by Stair, though, so the round is still equalised. And even a mid with 30 seconds to go. So it's going to be all on Slacks here. Looking toward apartments, takes Nickelback perfectly. I think he realises that the short split is coming in. And he peeks for the second as well. Great stuff from Slacks. And now Anarkes is very much would be incredibly unfair. So he's been doing great, I really have to say. And Anarkes is showing up as well on Mirage, which is good to see. Refresh, horrible timing on pulling out that grenade, and that's going to put an end to him. Now next with the AWP is going to have to grab his pick. So if Entropiq do decide to go toward A, which it looks like they are trying to avoid, which is good. They're going straight toward Cat right now. This is definitely the right choice. Stair's going to get caught, just avoids it, strafes away, and even strafes back to look for more damage, but now the Tech-9s can try and fake him out to let the rifle of Mir get into position. In comes the Tech-9, and in the end, even though the dink comes through, the Tech-9 is a one-hit headshot from that range, and the M4 is not.
Surprised Zyphon's still charging forward as LeoNX goes down, and well, he decided he wanted to. When I've seen a bit more initiative maybe in the early stages. Instead, a little bit of a stack towards the A-bomb site, and I guess they heard the steps of Nickelback. They seem to realize he was out ramp. But this is going to be a problem. Needs to swing and hopefully just take one with him. Does manage to time it well with the flash, and I don't know how he doesn't die a little bit quicker to Crad, if I'm being honest. Looks like he had the chance for maybe even another kill to come true. Instead now it's a 2-on-4 for Crad and a Narkez. The smoke, I was going to say, could give cover for the bomb plant to likely go down, and he wanted to force the issue and see if they could equalize the numbers just a
sure. That's going to be caught in the middle a bit here. Has to hop away toward underpass. Obviously, doesn't know whether underpass will be peeking him, so has to smoke it off to stay alive. Zyphon, will he be aware of Sandwich being a possibility? The angle being held, and no. There you go. Nickelback once again making his way out, unknown to Sprout. That Molotov will force refresh forward a little bit further as well. He's going to try and take the duel, and there we go. Crad finds him. Slacks towards CT is now all really down to him. Stair taking Nickelback is good, but 2v3 still. Bomb plant coming in. Slacks is going to try and stop it at the moment, but he's about to get peeked. Oh, great pick to take Crad. And he knows, of course, that Hooch was in the process of planting the bomb. Right click flash at the top of triple. 2v2. Picked up on the site so they can afford to take their time, but look at the damage done. He's so low, but he still wins the duel. Now the quick trade should come in, and yes, Hooch can't provide the old school heroics. Entropiq are putting on a better early game showing, at least than the previous map of Ancient. Comfortable holding this angle, and Larenex knows what's his timing going to be like. He comes a great flashbang. Oh, and he gets all three. Goodness me. How clean can you get? Crad creeps up under to take Stair out.
This might not be a good idea. Larenex has his position up in the ladder room. That's a 4K already. He's not going to have the ace coming, unfortunately, since Zyphon.
Probably a nice limit for them. Larenex B-hops his way through underpass to look for a peek at the top of the stairs, and unfortunately he switches away from the angle just at the wrong time. And frankly, for Sprout's sake, might not need anything at all. Hooch gets his one kill. Pretty good job to find refresh, but in the end, Entropiq have actually fought their way back into an even situation to find this, and he should have a free kill on Larenex here. There we go. Bop. See you next round. It's now all down to Stair 1v2, and he's unsure as to where both these players are residing. Knife out, and that's horrible timing as Crad creeps in and takes him still. And all Entropiq have left is one smoke and one flash. And Narkez will get the first. Good opening find. The Zyphon on the back could be under pressure, or ladder being played with by Hooch. And then it takes the attention away, and it might actually bait them into the frags. And yes, it works out beautifully. Well done, Entropiq. Fifth round about to be coming in here, and even if refresh does find Crad through the smoke, it still might be pretty difficult, but okay, hang on. Mia.
Pretty awkward to deal with the angles, though. Both Tetris and the ramp at the time already ticking away, and as you can see, they just weren't aware where both of the players were. Fresh forced to push through and see if he can, at this point, just take the fights, as you can see, but the bomb's already too far gone. There's no kit.
But refresh with this solitary M4 could get himself a kill here. Mia's creeping into the angle and into that smoke, and that's a very nice way to get an opening frag. Entropiq, there is a bit of aggression in Palace, so that could be a way in. Larenex doing good work from default to get one, but now he's under so much pressure. That's a little bit of a dink through the edge of the box as well, and in the end, Nickelback finds him. But Zyphon got his kill as well from that Palace position I mentioned, and Hooch is so low alongside Nickelback. Both the walking wounded, and there we go. So that's a Hooch, and he's very stuck underneath the balcony, and there we go. Just like that, it's another 10-5, and will I believe. So they make them think that it is a bit of a fake. It's going to be a three-man split-up short as well. Mir's going to have a lot of players coming his way. He gets himself a 1-for-1, and now the bomb finally commits. Now next taking Mir out, and unfortunately Narkez is very stuck here. He's going to get overrun by Zyphon. That's an interesting little strategy there from Sprout, isn't it? I mean, showing the bomb to begin with, then waiting a split second for those three players to come up short, and maybe catching Entropiq double thinking themselves, or double checking their own memory about what Sprout like to do on these pistol rounds. That's going to work out for a victory for the Sprout side. Now next, playing with the angle, even rings the Glock.
Threw him over towards Connector. Makes Crad pretty much trapped in on the bomb site, and well, he will be successful for the initial frag. He's called in for some support and managed a second before going down, and suddenly it's a 3-on-2. I think that a 2-on-2 now, but it's still somewhat doable, and at the very least, they are making this an incredibly costly round.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then now with the scout, oh, Slacks was one scoutable, and he makes that happen as well. It's all fallen down into a 1v1. Stair versus me, flashing off the angle, and that flash is, oh my goodness. That flash caught him, I think, for the full.
What was still in play. Fresh looking like he wants to actually move pretty quickly in towards this B-bomb site. Initial kills coming in elsewhere, but Narkez on his op will find some success on the hole towards B as well. Unfortunately, the flash is coming through. stop him from being able to find anything else, and he's not given room to fall away and stay alive either. I was gonna say, giving Sprout a solid after plant, but as Xiphon falls, suddenly it's gonna be pretty difficult to hold this one off.
Yeah, Nickelback's on a big flank here as well. He's going to reveal his position by throwing a bit of utility, but actually decides against it, and it's going to work out. Gets the kill. It's all down to the Romanian monster himself, LaoNX, and that's an insta tap onto a Brad. Even hops away from Nickelback as well, and oh my goodness. I built such a big deficit, but as you say, Sprout, a good team on Mirage. I'm showing it right now with all the situations going in their favour. Nickelback will manage to take down the hero of the previous round, LaoNX. Bit of revenge there. Mir in window. Oh, he gets 2. Nicely done, Mir. Refresh is now forced to jump his way down the balcony on toward the A site. He gets himself 1 kill, but Crad was toward ramp and was stopping his progress.
Sort of smoke being spammed down. Refresh maybe a bit too fast to try and get that bomb planted. LaoNX will eventually get it put in place, but utility haven't really got the numbers for these fights either, and as you can see, are currently just being flushed out of their positions, all forced back towards Tetris, and well, they felt like they needed to do something, so the fight was taken to the Stairs player. Unfortunately, though, only 1 kill in the long run is to be taken for Slacks, and yeah, you can see how cautious they're being. They're clearing the angle. LaoNX, though, not expecting an upper. Gets caught off guard, and
well, surely he doesn't last too long in top mid like that. Brad has an angle which gives him the biggest shadow advantage in all of human history, and he'll get himself 1 before Refresh trades it. Yeah, both very low now. Stair tries to timing his peak, but even if he did, look where Nickelback was. That was a guaranteed kill, pretty much in that situation. Refresh is bounding in right now, and ask me how he almost got away with that, but in the end, Anarka is underneath the smoke, I think. But he still takes him. Xiphon lost alive. They picked up AK, but he's blind as well, and that will get Entropiq to...
Trying to take a peek through a molly is never fun when you're rocking a deagle against an op. So initial kill going the way of Entropiq, and well, they all just continue to do so. Nickelback with a nice little spray down. Should be cleaned up. He even gets himself a Kobe onto Refresh, and only Xiphon is left standing.
Unfortunately, I don't think free fight on top of the box will ever be expected, and yeah, he has to fall off the ledge, and
no, never mind, just about gets a smoke down in time. This might be a bit much for Nickelback. The flash actually blinds him, but he still comes away with the kill before being traded on. Stirdo, low health from the earlier damage, will eventually get returned on himself from Mir, so the initial damage, it does work out in the end for Nickelback, even though he himself doesn't get to live to see it happening, and well, the kills are all just starting to go the way of Entropiq once again. It's a 4-on-2. Refresh and Xiphon are left alone, wondering what has begun to happen. This T side has just been down to a minute, and we haven't really seen much happening. Entropiq should be aware that they're not up against the lot. Just didn't want to force the issue either way, and Mir, when he eventually does take a fight, manages to line up 2 of them, including the bomb carrier. Eventually takes that 3rd kill. Again, a very slow round. It's just going to leave Sprout trying to rush into a bomb site with no real info as to where the position is for the players, as you can see. They still get a 1-for-1 at least on the initial push forward. That nade doing some good damage and actually getting the finish on the Stair. And as you can see, a little bit of a gap under that smoke leaves the legs exposed. Everyone is here pretty much. You've got a player on short who has a decent angle as well to stop this crossover potentially, and well, Xiphon is even trying to jump shots at this point. He gets the 1st kill, falls back on the Glock. It's suddenly a 1 versus 1 as he picks up the op with 11 seconds to get this done, but he can't find it. Hooch is ready for the hit at all. This time the rifle's at least in the hands of everyone. Refresh, that is a bit refreshing. He's been very quiet throughout this game so far as he eventually finds a round to open things up in. Unfortunately, no one else is going to have the same level of success. Rather, it is just all Entropiq on that kill feed, leaving Slacks alone.
Can you believe it? Coach Hooch winning that 1 versus 1 turns out to be incredibly impactful and prevents Sprout.
We get more of a bit of a back and forth within this map itself now. Hooch with the initial kill over towards B, actually taking the initiative outside Monster. Was dinked in the process of getting that 1st kill though, so an easy trade comes back around, and eventually the Glocks are going to overrun that B bomb site, but not before the numbers are kept equal initially, and it doesn't even give the room and the time for the bomb to be planted.
Yeah, Nickelback, that's a lovely swing, taking out the 1st player, but now Slacks left 1v2. Will expect Mir to be so close towards Monster? He does not, and that is a lovely start for Entropiq.
1 MP9 scattered in there as well. That's Hooch, who might have a chance to build up some economy. Mir, who is, well, already coming up with a couple of frags on mid. Gets himself the bomb control as well. Might not realize the player's already bypassed him, but It doesn't matter. He had a teammate watching that angle either way.
Oh my god. How's he got another one? Did he get the flank? Okay, he looked back, but he was reloading, so he'll get
one of his teammates look at him and see he doesn't have a team, and they sacrifice their own life. I'm joking at this point, obviously, but it was a ridiculous round. Crad just destroys them. That's unfortunate. I think a flash came over, but it didn't really do anything, and then Zyke think the teammate somehow. So it all just kind of went south.
If only Stair had the bomb.
The only player who was spent a bit too much would be Crad. He actually did invest up to a rifle, or else dropped something over, I think, to get the AK in return.
Team, and look at that. The resmoke comes in at exactly the right time as well, but finally, maybe a gun barrel or something's been pushed by Slacks. Good choice to shoot then, and finds him on the corner of that, but Nickelback does at least still find Zyphon and Connector as he does a double take. He passes the angle, but HiGHLiGHTS is very, very blind from the back of Monster. It's going to be an Anarkes on the pillar, and that's a beautiful flick for the second. Trying to angle it for the third, and this is classic Anarkes. All down to Slacks. 2v1 for Slacks as well. Bomb dropped on the site next to him. Anarkes is playing a blinder right now, dancing on the pillar like old school Guardian, but now it's puts his up around the pillar, and he gets another one. Shoves the barrel in Slacks' throat. 10.
Yeah, I was noting that a moment ago that only Slacks really is doing anything. Oh, Slacks, alright, Mir not tucking himself in as well as he should have in that situation right there. One kill eventually comes back for Nickelback, but this is easily awkward and all over the place. I mean, even just Sprout are all over the place at the moment, so it's a hard read for Entropiq to really know what's going on. But as they deal with the lurker outside,
they were waiting for Nickelback, and that's the main factor. Oh, but he misses his chance. HiGHLiGHTS still goes 1 for 1, which is very good, of course. And now Slacks do get peeked. He's going to get peeked from the player coming up from Green Bin, and there you go. Once again, it's all down to Stair. Stair charging up towards the site. There's still playing towards long. Does he check it? He gets caught between the two. Crad takes the frag, 6-0. Well, now there are 3 here on the A-bomb site. Anarkes gets the first. Slacks taken out. Zyphon looking to close the distance. Stair's really taking off out the equation, and there we go. They're trading their way in nicely here, but Mir is still around. And look at the damage he's done to Stair. Oh, it's a great second, and unfortunately for Sprout, it's Stair to get the trade and not the high HP player. Nickelback not choosing to swing just yet. He's waiting, and he'd be right to wait because as he does go, Refresh takes his head off to play here because of Forrester's issues. Tap on the bomb comes in, and he'll get off of it because he hasn't picked up that kit yet. And unfortunately, he's being flanked upon. Looks for the kill towards Stair, finds it, and he knows that Refresh is stuck behind the smoke. Where's the kit? He's got it. Now he's going to hold it. HiGHLiGHTS on the bomb. Refresh, when do you swing? The answer is now, and he gets it just in time. Goodness me. Nice try. AK removed from Mir again. And yeah, as you so rightly say, I mean, so much damage done. It just... This is so weird. 25 seconds, you have to make a call. Okay, they found Mir. Now the A-bomb site is completely open. So here's the chance. Slacks in heaven, they had no idea he was here. And that should be fine to herd the bomb off toward A. 15 seconds, they're going to be fine, I think. HiGHLiGHTS gets swung on, and Crad, they're straight up con very quickly. This round is suddenly back in Entropiq's favour. Zyphon has to plant the bomb quickly, but he's planting on truck, and HiGHLiGHTS has the drop on him. He just recovers the kill, but now he's got more players coming his way. Flash doesn't, in the end, help out, and it's all down to Slacks. How has this round fallen up into a 1v1? I've got no idea. It's Slacks versus Anarkes, the 2 AWPers both on a rifle, and Anarkes makes it happen. Incredible positioning in that round. Both the AWPers on a rifle. That's another factor which is unusual to see after Slacks gets the timing of the player toward long. He got that
door opening and closing there on connectors, so that does seem to have pulled their rotations up towards this A-bomb site in general, just going for the heavy stack. Unfortunately, Anarkes tries to take the early fight and goes down. They're going to keep on forcing the issue 1 by 1, interestingly. Nickelback eventually, though, going to be able to return with a couple. But I don't think he realizes Zyphon already closed in the distance, but he deals with it. The flash over from HiGHLiGHTS, who's able to get a kill for himself in the meantime, and even put the nail in the feeling like he can't do anything right at the moment. He'll get multiple kills, he's doing what he can, but his teammates are just not having a solid game at all. Zyphon's going to find a decent opening. Anarkes, though, posted, waiting for the peak to come around. The flash comes, but he times it perfectly. Mir's good to drop the bomb carrier, actually, as well.
Oh, no.
That's a big problem.
That is a big problem. The bomb's miles away, it feels. Now next will stop HiGHLiGHTS, but him exiting that left side monster position might give them the impression that it's completely clear. Crad is still here. Zyphon's not looking at it. And yes, HiGHLiGHTS has baited in Crad to perfection. This is
definitely shown throughout this series, even if his mechanics may not be on point, as Mir slowly comes in behind, and well, he's going to go so slow that he's not even going to get a chance to participate. We have to kill for everyone else combined. 16 between them now.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But now goes Zyphon again, and Arca is picking aggressive toward Connector. Another 18. Refresh should be able to catch up on Arquez, but his flick is way too quick. Couldn't hit the insta headshot and gets punished for it.
This is awkward.
There we go. Finally he goes down, but Slack needs to kill. I'm not sure if he's going to expect Nickelback, and even though he does, he misses the shot. Nickelback spots both the two players who are long as well. Let's hit the shot though, and in the end the trade's instant. So 1v1 again, but Krad's missed the shots on the flank. Oh my goodness. Now it's a clean 1v1, but Stair isn't very healthy. Tries to peek behind the Molotov, and it does work well to catch Krad off. Now Mir, what's his timing going to be like? Shown. Zyphon holds down mouse 1 and just gets away with the dink. So 5v4 to get sprouting toward B, but there are players here to defend.
Oh, Nickelback with a double as they come out from Monster. Krad's MP9 tucked in on short as well. Good to deal with that lurker, leaving Hooch a bit of room here to hopefully get something done on the 5-7. They have no idea he's still tucked in behind the bomb site. Hooch is the one who looks to close it out, and well, he'll be a little bit too cautious with the fight.
Yeah, up con. At the time, I think Mir has spotted the majority of the team there. I think he spotted at least 3 players. But look at an Arquez. This could be very smart, but it's also smart from Sprout to have one player lurking long late. And Arquez is going to get caught in the open, and the bomb's going to be up towards the site completely okay. But Nickelback's far from the trade. I tell you who was also there, though. It's LowenX, but it doesn't matter. Hooch has dropped the bomb just in the end. Right now, we're seeing it firsthand. Hooch is teaching him a lesson at the moment. And Krad with the fight with the CZ, I should say, in connector, is going to stop Zyphon on the final round of the half as well. And look at Krad. He's pushed off the back of it. Refresh checking it just in case. But Krad's got the line. Does Refresh check it properly? Timing works out perfectly. Hooch's legendary 5-7 works out again. And just like that, it's a 5v1 with what is only...
It's a suitable time to throw that word out.
They
get like one of those a season, don't they?
Maybe you do. Anyway, we're going to go to...
Now an X is going to go aggressive, and well, we're just going to have aggression obey long in general. It didn't start off too poorly with Stair getting the initial kill, but quickly and Arquez with that Glock is going to start returning headshots. Slack's now trapped in around the bathrooms, could be in trouble. He's not being pushed on from the other side, so he could fall back if he wanted to, but instead decides to stand his ground as firmly as possible, but it's not going to be enough as heads continue to topple on this CT side. First half, as did most of his team. 2 guns, perhaps what he needs in this battle, but it's not going to work out for him. 13-3.
Getting to at least 2 wins. Not bad at all. Pretty good team with...
True on board the A-bomb site, and they do have a bit of a stack in place, so I'm not going to count them out completely. Zyphon with a decent beginning. Let's take one before Stairs to fall in return, and here we go. The Deagles are just raining down hell. Refresh swings with those dual Berettas. He'd been tucked in up close the entire time, and suddenly it's Hooch left on his own to try and save the day. Will get the first kill though. Refresh taking a bit of a wild swing. Now it's LowenX with no armor. Unaware of that player's position is going to mean that he's likely going to stall a small bit, and that means he's left in the open as the flank comes in.
That was close.
They've gone for it. See, we've seen Sprout stumble against weaker buys in the past as well, and Arquez on the scout already gets it off on a high note. There's an M4 to be recovered as well. Suddenly there's an extra rifle in the hands of Entropiq with a man advantage early on. I do not like to see this. If you are a Sprout fan, and Arquez just keeps on going with this scout. High ping, doesn't matter. He's the one pushing into these angles and taking heads.
Arquez has been superb. 21-7 so far. Make that 21-8 now as Refresh finally gets a kill back in return. Mir lurking around Divider, trying to get this frag, but Refresh takes him. Really important. Krad picks up that scout and gets the kill though. Retains a man advantage. LowenX rotates long and wait for Krad to come up next to the truck, and LowenX is too good. Gets 1, gets 2. Clean sprays on both. And it leaves Hooch with just the Deagle. 1 versus 2, and he even has the presence of mind LowenX to fall back behind that smoke as well. That's a lovely shot from Hooch though. And look at the health on LowenX. Can he peek before he picks up the gun? He can. And again
Zyphon. LowenX going to be okay as well. Well, this is horrible. I mean, the economy is not even there for Sprout if they are to lose a round to try and fight for the overtime with a full buy, and they are just getting decimated right now. This is worst case scenario.
I'm a Dmitry Bogdanov enjoyer.
Me too. We've got to make the fan club. Hooch, full name. Slacks is, well, some damage at the very least, but that's not really going to amount to much. Bait them in at the moment, hoping that his weaker weapon teammate will be able to get something done if they're not paying attention to him. Unfortunately, it's the Deagle against the AK of Mir, and a couple of missed shots gives Mir plenty of opportunities to return fire, and, well, Speaking of fire, connector is where the actual action's going down with that Molotov. Hooch didn't really put it in the right...
On the edge of a defeat here are Sprout, and Krad's going to find refresh. Mir looking around Barton, looking for a rotation. All the timing doesn't work out. That's unlucky. He was waiting there for a while, and look where Larenex is. Narcus is on the line, when he shoots the peak. Oh, his crosshairs not in the right spot. And then Narcus pounces. But Slacks once again gets a trade. He's been the main Sprout player doing damage in this game, and there we go. Gets himself another frag. It's all down to Krad. Gets one, and now it's all down to Zyphon. Looking for the final player, looking for Krad, but in the end, it doesn't matter if you're 7 and 21. If you get your critical...
the only weakness.
Slacks on the line. Gets himself a nice kill toward long. And
what the hell?
There we go. That's gotten out of hand pretty quickly. All across the map. Indeed. Just... Oh, nice shot from Mir. Gets his kills alongside Hooch.
Eventually Hooch is forced to start inching his way forward. Actually catches Zyphon, one player around the pillar now, that if he goes down without any sort of resistance, suddenly the round could fall away from them. Fortunately, he will be good for at least the one and the second follow-up on towards Mir.
Exactly. Good point. Zyphon, time on the pick toward long. Oh, that's a tasty lineup. Mir finds Stare on the quick trade in the meantime during that fight, but all the kills are going in toward Sprout's favour. And this one is certainly not done. Catch him just as he falls away, but there's the information. He'll B-hop off towards short to look for one more duel. But Slacks has the line. He's reached 30. Don't forget he was the only one in this game that really was putting in the numbers, if you remember earlier. And he was on...
Definitely slowed down himself a small bit. There with the opening kill here, though, is going to ensure that Sprout are not slowing down.
Need this so badly because he knows he's just thrown a Molotov, and there we go. Gets the frag. 5v2. Falls away. Krad's picked up a long way further up Banana than they're expecting, but Slacks deals with it. Spawn to deal with him. Larenex will destroy him, rip his head off after a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I was hoping we'd get some back and forth, and we've got it. It's just in strings of 8 to 10 rounds at a time. Stairs doing a good job. In on the stairs. Makes sense.
It does. So he's putting timing towards short. Maybe timing plays are the only thing that can get Entropiq to the finish line here, and his timing's not good. He's checking elsewhere while Zyphon peeks him.
Still a bit of utility to come in and Sprout as well. As you can see, the flash note was perfect for the initial fight. The problem is Larenex was still tucked in behind the pillar, and he's good to get a double spray down before eventually being neutralized, leaving it in a 3-on-2. The numbers still swayed away of Sprout, and well, I was gonna say they've denied the bomb plant, but a smoke at least goes down to let them get the bomb plant. And Hooch, I don't know how he pulls that off, but he hits a nasty headshot, and now he's left alone to try and save the day.
Please, I need this just for my own heart. Hooch 1v2, the coach. Oh, they almost lined up. Imagine if he got the first kill, there would have been a slight chance.
I don't want to say anything because I'll jinx it or curse it one way or the other. And Arquez, oh my god, it looked certain that he was ready for that. Slacks is just way too quick. Krad's taking a ton of damage somehow as well in the early stages, I'd imagine, from a nade there, and on the boost at the moment is not really giving them what they need as the numbers elsewhere diminish the fight around mid. It's going to be a trade back.
Krad, Mir, and Nickelback. So recover a 3v4. Reflect on the timing. Oh my god! Nickelback's got 2. Oh my goodness, how has he pulled that one off? What a time to... What a silent drop that was. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to reward him with anything because Nickelback's pushed towards CT, and Entropiq, are they about to glean 2 16-14s? Look at the player in connector. Mir's taking him out, and Entropiq with Dimitri